Hi, my name's Casey Markham. I am a professional makeup artist. I've been doing makeup for about 8 years. I've worked with Melaleuca for about 4 years now here in their studio, working with the Cybella makeup line and doing all the makeup for their production commercials.
And hi, I'm Jill Parker. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I've been a customer for 18 and a half years, and I love Cybella.
And I am Danielle Doucette. I have been a customer since 2017. I'm from North Carolina, and Cybella, this line, I'm so passionate about.
Well, today, ladies, we are going to talk about the 4 steps for the perfect complexion. The number 1 is to prime your skin. It makes such a big difference, night and day, whether when you use a foundation primer and when you don't. So the first step would be to put some on your fingertips, a small pea-sized amount, rub it all over your skin. What this is going to do is it's going to prime your pores, smooth your skin. It's going to help with fine lines and wrinkles. It's just amazing what it really does to prep your skin before you put your foundation on.
Yes, and I love it, Casey. And I used to do foundation without primer.
Yeah.
And about 5 years ago, I found primer, and I will not do foundation without primer.
It makes such a big difference on how long your foundation stays on throughout the day, and also just the smoothness of your foundation.
Yeah.
So number 1 step would be to prime your skin. Let's talk about step number 2.
Step number 2?
Step number 2 would be to choosing your perfect foundation.
Yes.
And it starts with your skin tone and what color is the correct color of foundation for your skin. And this is so important. There's different types of ways to do that. I just like to grab a foundation, and I typically like to color match from here to my skin tone.
Okay.
Make sure it matches.
Yeah, it's so important. And then
sure.
I love to go into what kind of foundation I want, either for everyday wear. Maybe I want something a little bit more full coverage, depending on my skin tone type, or even if I'm going to a different event and I want more makeup. Cybella has a beautiful light to medium liquid foundation for more of a dewy finish on your skin.
Love it.
Yes.
And this wears beautifully.
It's so nice. So nice on the skin. Awesome.
Another one that I absolutely love is the foundation stick. This is a more full coverage, but it wears beautifully. And there's also different purposes for this as well.
Yes. And you know what, Casey? I use the darker one for contouring.
Okay.
And so it works really nicely because I love to do a little contouring. So there's I think it's the brownest one.
Absolutely.
That I can use for contouring. I think you used one for contouring too, maybe.
I was using one for contouring as well. Also to highlight underneath your eyes to cover dark circles or blemishes. It's great to conceal as well.
So different uses for here.
Yes.
Foundation, contour. You can also grab a couple shades lighter and use it for a little bit of your under eyes, for blemishes. So absolutely love the foundation stick.
I do that too.
It's wonderful.
I have 3 of them, so that's the way I use it.
Multi-purpose. Our cream to powders are amazing. These leave a more full coverage, but also in a beautiful matte finish.
Okay.
And so these are just lovely as well. Cybella does have a BB cream that's on more of the light for a tinted moisturizer and a foundation for a very light wear of foundation for the day.
So, and what is a BB cream for? Because I don't know.
So the BB cream is a little bit between a tinted moisturizer and a foundation. So it's a very, if you're going to the gym and you don't want full foundation, or you're going to the pool, throw on your BB cream. It has your SPF in it, and also is just a really lightweight for somebody that doesn't typically want to wear a full coverage that day. So BB cream is great that way.
Yeah, it's great in the summertime. I love wearing it to the beach, to the pool, because it does have that SPF in it, and that's not somewhere you typically would want to wear a lot of
I would
coverage,
use it for something like that.
Absolutely.
Just want to get up and throw something on real quick and get out the house.
Our CC cream, so this is a color corrector. And now this goes on white, but it actually adjusts to your skin, which is really nice and really cool how it works in that way. And this just has good for your skin ingredients that really helps color correct your skin.
Okay.
And so that's the difference between a BB cream and a CC cream.
Okay.
Yes,
Very
it's
nice.
great because it just really evens out your complexion. And I love that about it, you know, too. That's another go-to for me in the summertime. If I'm out and about with the kids, being a mom, it's always easy to throw on and feel put together.
And this has SPF in it.
Yes, which is great.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Both of them are really good for your skin.
Right. Okay. All right.
So now that we talked about the first three, we've talked about primer, coverage, which is your foundation. Let's talk about concealer.
Oh, yes.
What's the benefit for us working moms? What we love about a good concealer.
Right, everything.
Yes.
Okay.
So
They're
I like to go with a shade 1 to 2 shades lighter than my actual foundation. Honestly, only just because I want to make it look like I got an extra 5 hours of sleep, which I did not, but just to really have that bright, open, awake look on my eyes.
Right.
And concealer will do that to us, which is awesome.
Right. And I think that's important to know, to go those couple shades lighter.
Yes.
Because sometimes you're looking like, oh, this wouldn't be for me. This isn't my color. But because, you know, we need to go lighter anyway.
Absolutely.
So I found one that works really well for me. And as well. And then sometimes I use the foundation sticks as a concealer too. A lighter version of that.
And that's the best part about makeup too, you guys, is just the fact that there are no rules.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You can mix and
and it
match.
depends on what look you're going for or what you have in your purse, you know. And so that's the beautiful
Right.
thing about it is our line is made to mix and match.
Right.
I love it. Our concealer is extremely buttery. A little bit goes a long ways. This bad boy
Okay.
is going to last you a while, which
Yes.
I absolutely love.
Okay.
And I also like to do, so in makeup, I've learned that a little bit of bringing dimension to your skin through colors is beautiful.
Right.
So if we highlight under here, if we dab a little bit right here in the center of our forehead, maybe even put a little bit right here and blend it out, helps when we start doing our contour, create a really nice,
Right.
just
And
dimension.
could you put
of
it like
skin.
on the nose
Absolutely.
down
Yeah.
here,
The nose,
right?
yes,
Using
So it's
your
kind of like a highlighter
Yes.
too. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And our fourth step, which is our last step to our perfect complexion, is to set. So we have different ways, but what that we just recently came out with is we used to have 4 different setting powders for different types of skin tone.
Right.
And we simplified that and came out with a beautiful translucent pressed powder that works for everyone's skin tone.
It does.
It is wonderful.
It does. And don't be afraid of it. Like, it might look really, really light,
Yes.
but I use it. It works really great.
Oh, it mattifies the skin and sets your
My
foundation
daughter can use
beautifully.
it. Her skin is a little browner, and it works well on her too.
On both skin tones.
And yes, both skin tones.
And what I'll say is I love that it comes in a pressed, but it also comes in a loose. So I think that it's personal preference, whatever
Yeah.
you like. I personally like to keep the pressed in my purse, just if I ever need to like freshen up or something.
Right,
But I love
right.
the loose too, which is great.
Yes.
I have oily skin, and so throughout the day, I use that probably 3 times a day. And it's just a really quick grab it, check, little oil spots, and it just helps mattify and just set your foundation for the rest of the day.
What type of brush would you use with that? Like, if it was in your purse and you pulled it, like,
So I like to just use like a fluffy powder brush.
Okay.
So I just like to dab some and I like to tap it.
Tap it,
And
right.
then put it on just so you
Okay.
don't get the white fallout
Okay.
on your blouses or shirts.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
It also comes, the compact comes with like a little nice little,
Oh, yeah. Like the
Press.
little press that you can just kind
that you
of
can
press
use.
it on.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
great.
So, there's a setting spray.
We do have a
So,
setting spray.
when would we use the setting spray versus like the translucent, or should we use both?
So you can do one or the other.
Right.
But I love both.
Okay.
I mean, when I want my makeup to stay all day long, I'm going to set it, and then I'm going to use my setting spray.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, but throughout the day, if you want to just use your powder, that's absolutely fine. But when I want to go to dinner, or I want my makeup to just stay on, or I worked a long time on my makeup and actually spent the time to do fun, beautiful makeup, I want to set it so it will last all night. And
Yes.
so, but both are use one or the other, or use them together is how they're made. So,
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. I have another question too, talking about not just setting, but with foundations, like with the liquid. You know, the first thing I always want to do is use my fingers. I know that's not right. So what do you suggest in terms of
Application.
application?
Absolutely. My favorite is our foundation brush.
Okay.
I love just the flawless finish that it puts on in just the downward stroke. So when you use it with the liquid foundation,
Okay.
I absolutely love it with this dewy foundation.
Okay.
Or another application is a beauty blender or a sponge. Now
Okay.
with the beauty blender, you have to get it wet beforehand.
Okay.
So you just rinse it into the water, wring it out, and then just kind of pat it dry to a towel. And then that way it doesn't absorb and as much makeup. But I love the beauty blender because it really presses that makeup into your pores and just really gives you a really
So that's like the
finish.
egg shape. The beauty blender is like that
beauty
little
blender.
egg shaped
Yes,
sponge.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so you just would
Just
kinda-
do
Okay.
dabbling or stippling motions into your skin, and then you can really see a difference. Sometimes makeup sits on top of your skin. With that beauty blender, it's really nice because it really pushes that into the skin where we've already primed it and prepped it, and so it just sits really nicely.
Yeah, I love that we talked about applicators because I think that does make a difference in the look that you
does.
get. Oh my
Exactly.
goodness, yes.
And hands are another one. I know it's a little bit dirtier or messier.
Yes.
But I learned in makeup school, like our hands are a wonderful tool to use. They
Okay.
warm up makeup nicely. If that's your go-to and you want to use your hands, by all means use your hands.
Okay.
So,
it's not like
really is a
terrible.
preference
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
It's, you know, are you one that just does it? Your brush, your beauty
I think
blender?
it's sometimes for me too. If I'm in a hurry, it's like let me just do a little bit of this
it on
real
your hands,
quick. It
yeah.
is messy, but I do that. But
And there's
I'm-
nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
but the beauty blender, that's something. And I didn't know you're supposed to wet it. So
And the
that's
reason for
another
that is just
thing.
so it doesn't soak up more foundation.
Okay.
It's already absorbed, and so really it's just putting the makeup
Smart.
onto
Okay.
your skin.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Ladies, is there any more questions that you have on our four-step perfect complexion?
Now, with the sticks, what would you use with the foundation stick
now
to apply?
for the sticks, honestly, I just like to grab the stick and apply it onto my skin.
Okay.
And then from there, I'll grab the beauty blender.
Okay.
Or from there, I'll use the foundation brush.
Okay.
I'll be honest with the foundation sticks. I like to use the beauty blender a little bit better.
Okay.
With the dewy foundation, I love using the foundation brush.
The brush.
Yes,
Okay.
that's great.
And so that's what I found an application
Okay.
that works the best
Very
for me.
nice. Very good. I love that we have so many choices.
Absolutely.
And I just, I use a little bit of everything. I love the new liquid foundation. And I don't know if there's maybe if you're going out for the evening, is there something you would suggest more, like maybe fuller coverage versus?
So for me, it just depends, one, on the evening. Like if I'm going to a dinner or an event, then
Right.
I typically will go to a full coverage. Or if I'm going to a wedding or to an event. Everyday wear, and especially during the summertime, I love a good dewy foundation.
Right.
And I like it where it's a little bit lighter to medium on wear, just because sometimes I don't want to have a full face of makeup.
Right.
And so, and I have both of them in my bathroom, and I use both of them, and it just depends on what I'm feeling for the day and how I want my makeup to wear.
Yeah.
That's kind of like me too. I go back between the two. So
Yes.
I just love having choices. So
Absolutely.
It's good.
Well, ladies, that is the 4 steps to a perfect complexion. Here with our many options with our Cybella line that you can use to create that perfect foundation look. Is there any questions that you guys have?
So first
Let's go through them. First, we prime.
okay.
Second, we're going to cover.
Okay.
Third, we're going to conceal.
Got it.
And the fourth is we're going to set our makeup either with
Yes.
that beautiful
Set.
translucent powder
Or
or with
easy
that
steps.
setting
4
spray.
easy steps. I love it. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Casey.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
It was so much
That was-
fun. Thanks for
that
having
was.
me.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.